Hello, everyone, and welcome back to EasyTalk English. We're so happy you're here today. In this episode, we're talking about a small English expression that causes a surprisingly big misunderstanding, after all. Many learners think it simply means after everything ends, but native speakers often use it in a completely different way.
I used to believe that too. Whenever I saw after all, I separated the words in my head. I thought after meant sao and all meant muito, so I assumed it was talking about time. Later, I realized that wasn't how people actually used it.
That's a very common mistake. The problem is that after all is an expression, not just two separate words. If we translate it word by word, we'll often misunderstand the speaker's real meaning.
Exactly. Sometimes native speakers say after all when they're reminding someone of an important fact. Other times, they use it because they've changed their opinion after thinking about the situation more carefully.
That's the key idea we'll explore today. In many conversations, after all means something like when you think about it, considering everything, or even in the end. It's much more about changing your perspective than talking about time.
We'll also look at some common situations where learners use after all incorrectly because they translate it literally. Once you understand how native speakers think about this expression, you'll start hearing it everywhere in movies, TV shows, and everyday conversations.
So let's get started. By the end of today's episode, you'll stop thinking of after all as a phrase about time, and you'll start using it the same way native speakers do, naturally and confidently.
Before we look at grammar or examples, let's start with one simple picture. I think after all becomes much easier to understand when you stop thinking about time. Instead, imagine changing your mind after remembering one important fact.
I like that picture because it's exactly how native speakers use the expression. They aren't talking about something happening later. They're saying, wait a minute, there's something important we should remember before making a decision.
So it's almost like pressing a pause button in your conversation. You stop, think again, and suddenly remember something that changes the way you see the situation. That's when after all often appears.
Exactly. Imagine you're upset with a friend because they arrived late. Then you remember they called to tell you there was a traffic accident. Suddenly, your opinion changes. You're looking at the same situation, but with one extra piece of information.
That makes a lot of sense. The event hasn't changed, but my understanding has. Instead of focusing on what happened first or last, I'm focusing on a reason that helps explain everything.
That's the key idea for today's lesson. After all usually introduces a reminder, a reason, or a fact that makes you rethink what you just said or believed. It's much more about your thinking than about the order of events.
I think that's why translating it word by word doesn't work very well. If I only think about the word after, I'll miss the real meaning. Native speakers are really saying when you consider everything or now that we think about it.
Perfect. Keep that picture in your mind as we continue. Imagine yourself stopping for a moment, remembering an important fact, and changing your perspective. In the next few parts, you'll see that this simple idea explains almost every natural use of after all in everyday English.
Now let's look at the real meaning of after all. The biggest thing to remember is that it usually has nothing to do with time. Instead, it means something like when you consider everything, when you think about it, or in the end.
Exactly. Think of it as adding one important reason to the conversation. You're reminding yourself or someone else of a fact that changes the way the situation should be viewed. That's why after all often sounds thoughtful and natural.
For example, imagine you're annoyed because your little brother broke one of your toys. Then someone says, "Don't be too angry. He's only a child after all." That sentence isn't talking about time. It's reminding you of an important fact.
That's a great example. The speaker is saying, when you think about it, he's only a child. That reminder helps explain why you shouldn't be too upset. It's changing your perspective, not describing when something happened.
Here's another one. Imagine you're deciding whether to help a friend move to a new apartment. At first, you don't really want to spend your weekend doing it. Then you remember that your friend helped you last year. You might say, I should help him after all.
Exactly. You're making your final decision because you've remembered an important reason. After all introduces that reason without needing a long explanation. That's why native speakers use it so naturally in conversations.
You can also hear sentences like, maybe she was right, after all, or it wasn't so difficult, after all. In both cases, the speaker has changed their opinion after thinking about the situation more carefully.
Perfect. So here's the first memory trick for today's lesson. Whenever you hear after all, don't imagine a clock or a timeline. Instead, imagine someone stopping for a moment and saying, wait, When I think about it, that's the idea native speakers are expressing in most everyday conversations.
Now that we understand the basic meaning, let's look at when native speakers actually use after all in everyday conversations. The good news is that it appears in very common situations, especially when people are explaining a decision or changing their opinion.
That's right. One of the most common uses is to remind someone of an important fact. Imagine your friend is being a little impatient with a new employee. You might say, "Give her some time. It's her first day after all." You're reminding your friend to see the situation differently.
I hear that kind of sentence quite often. It's a gentle way of saying, remember this important fact before you judge the situation. It sounds much softer than simply telling someone they're wrong.
Exactly. Another common situation is when you change your opinion. Maybe you thought a movie would be boring, but after watching it, you say, "It was actually pretty good after all." The expression shows that your original opinion wasn't correct.
Or maybe I don't want to go to a party because I'm tired. Then I remember it's my best friend's birthday. I might say, I think I'll go, after all. I've changed my decision because I remembered something important.
That's a perfect example. Notice that after all isn't describing what happened after the party or after the day ended. It's explaining why your decision changed. That's how native speakers naturally use the expression.
You can also hear people say, maybe he's right after all, or she was telling the truth after all. In both examples, the speaker is reconsidering the situation because of new information or a better understanding.
Exactly. So whenever you hear "after all," think about a person who pauses for a moment and says, "Now that I think about it." That simple idea will help you understand why the expression sounds so natural in everyday English.
Now let's compare after all with the word after. This is where many learners suddenly understand the difference. Even though the two expressions look similar, they don't have the same meaning at all.
That's exactly right. The word "after" is usually about time. It tells us that one event happens later than another. But "after all" is an expression with its own meaning. It isn't simply after plus all.
Let's look at a simple example. If I say, after the meeting, we went out for lunch, I'm talking about the order of events. First, we had the meeting. Then we had lunch. It's a timeline.
Now compare that with this sentence. After all, he is my brother. This isn't about time at all. I'm giving you a reason for my decision or my opinion. It's almost like saying, when you think about it, he is my brother.
Here's another example. Imagine I don't believe my friend at first. Later, I discover that everything he said was true. I might say, he was telling the truth after all. I'm not talking about what happened afterward. I'm admitting that I was wrong.
Exactly. The expression helps us rethink the situation. It often appears when we've remembered an important fact or reached a different conclusion. That's why it sounds so natural in conversations.
I think that's the biggest mistake learners make. They see the word after and immediately think about time. But when those two words become the expression after all, the meaning changes completely.
Exactly. So don't ask yourself what happened after something. Instead, ask yourself, is the speaker reminding me of an important reason or changing their point of view? If the answer is yes, then after all is probably the expression you need.
Now let's look at one of the biggest mistakes English learners make with after all. Many people think it simply means after everything is finished. That's an easy mistake to make because the words seem so straightforward when we translate them one by one.
Exactly. But that's where the problem begins. Native speakers usually don't hear "after all" as two separate words. They hear it as one expression with its own meaning. If we translate it literally, we'll often choose the wrong sentence.
For example, imagine someone says, after all the movie, we went home. That doesn't sound natural because we're simply talking about time. The correct sentence is, after the movie, we went home. We only need the word after here.
That's right. Now compare it with this sentence. The movie wasn't so bad after all. This has a completely different meaning. At first, maybe I thought the movie would be terrible, but after watching it, I changed my opinion. That's why "after all" fits perfectly.
Here's another example. Suppose I think my friend forgot my birthday because he didn't send me a message in the morning. Then he surprises me with a birthday party in the evening. I might smile and say, he didn't forget after all.
Exactly. You're not talking about what happened after the birthday. You're saying that your first belief turned out to be wrong. After all helps show that you've reconsidered the situation because you discovered new information.
I think that's the easiest way to avoid this mistake. Whenever I want to use after all, I ask myself, am I talking about time or am I changing my opinion because of a reason or new information?
Perfect. If you're simply describing one event happening after another, use after. But if you're reminding someone of an important fact or realizing that your first opinion wasn't correct, After all is the natural expression that native speakers use every day.
Now that we've learned the real meaning of after all, let's talk about how native speakers actually use it in everyday conversations. The interesting thing is that they don't use it very often in formal writing. Instead, you'll hear it naturally in conversations when people are explaining themselves or changing their minds.
That's true. One reason after all sounds so natural is that it makes a sentence softer. Instead of sounding too direct, it gives a gentle explanation. It tells the listener, here's something important we should remember.
For example, someone might say, "He's our neighbor after all." They aren't giving a long explanation. They're simply reminding everyone of an important fact that should influence the decision.
You'll also hear sentences like, maybe she's right after all, or I think I'll stay home after all. In both cases, the speaker has changed their opinion after thinking more carefully or remembering something important.
I noticed that native speakers often use "after all" near the end of a sentence. It almost feels like a gentle reminder. The conversation keeps flowing naturally, and the expression adds a reason without interrupting the speaker.
Exactly. And sometimes you'll hear it at the beginning of a sentence too, like, after all, we're on the same team. When it's placed at the beginning, it usually introduces the main reason before the speaker continues with the rest of the idea.
Here's the memory trick that helped me the most. Whenever I hear "after all," I imagine someone stopping for just a second and saying, "Wait, let's think about this again." That picture reminds me that the expression is about reconsidering a situation, not about time.
I like that image because it's simple and easy to remember. So don't think after everything ends. Think when I consider everything. Once you make that small change in your thinking, after all will start sounding much more natural in your own English conversations.
Let me share a story that happened a few months ago. One of my friends invited me to dinner, but he arrived almost 30 minutes late. I was a little annoyed because he hadn't replied to my last message, and I thought he had simply forgotten about our plans.
I think many of us have been in that situation. When someone is late and doesn't answer their phone, it's easy to imagine the worst. So what happened when he finally arrived?
As soon as he got there, he apologized and showed me his phone. The battery had died while he was driving, and there had also been a serious traffic accident on the highway. After hearing that, I thought, maybe I judged him too quickly after all.
That's a perfect example. After all, isn't talking about what happened after dinner or after the traffic. It's showing that you changed your opinion after learning an important piece of information.
Exactly. A little later, I even said, he wasn't being careless after all. At first, I believed he didn't care about being late, but once I knew the real reason, I realized my first impression had been wrong.
And that's exactly how native speakers use this expression. After all often appears when someone realizes they misunderstood a situation or when new information changes the way they think. It's a very natural part of everyday conversation.
Looking back, the dinner turned out to be really enjoyable. We laughed about the misunderstanding, caught up on everything we'd missed, and had a great evening together. Things worked out much better than I expected after all.
I love that story because it includes several natural uses of after all. Each time, the expression introduces a new perspective instead of talking about time. That's the easiest way to remember today's lesson. Whenever you hear after all, think, I've just remembered something important, not everything is finished.
Before we finish today's lesson, let's do a little practice together. Don't think of this as a test. Just listen to each situation and ask yourself one simple question. Am I talking about time? Or am I reminding someone of an important fact? Once you answer that, choosing between after and after all becomes much easier.
That's exactly the habit we want to build. Don't translate the words one by one. Instead, think about the speaker's intention. Are they describing the order of events? Or are they asking the listener to look at the situation in a different way?
Let's try the first example. Someone says, he's only a child after all. Here, after all is the right choice because the speaker is reminding us of an important fact. They're saying we shouldn't judge the child too harshly once we consider everything.
Now listen to this sentence. After the meeting, we went out for coffee. This time, we simply use after because we're talking about time. One event happened first and another happened later. There's no change in opinion or new perspective.
Here's another situation. Imagine you thought a restaurant would be disappointing, but after eating there, you really enjoyed the food. You might say, the restaurant was pretty good after all. That tells us your opinion changed after you experienced it.
Now compare that with a sentence like, after dinner, we watched a movie. Again, we're only describing the order of events. Dinner happened first and the movie came later, so we only need the word after.
If those examples made sense to you, you're already thinking the way native speakers do. Instead of focusing on the individual words, you're paying attention to the speaker's purpose. That's exactly what makes expressions like after all feel natural.
Exactly. So the next time you hear after all, don't immediately think about time. Instead, ask yourself, is the speaker reminding me of something important or changing their point of view? That one simple question will help you understand and use after all much more naturally.
We've reached the end of today's conversation, so let's review the most important idea one more time. After all doesn't usually mean after everything is finished. Instead, it's an expression that helps us reconsider a situation or remember an important fact. Once you understand that idea, it becomes much easier to use naturally.
Remember the simple picture we used throughout today's lesson. When you hear after all, imagine yourself pausing for a moment and thinking, wait, let's look at this again. That's the way native speakers often use this expression in real conversations.
We also compared after all with the word after. After is about the order of events, like after work I went to the gym. But after all is about changing your perspective or giving an important reason, as in, he was right after all.
And don't forget the common mistake we talked about today. Many learners try to translate after all word by word, so they think it's always talking about time. But in most everyday conversations, that's not what native speakers mean. Always think about the speaker's intention instead of the individual words.
Before we say goodbye, here's a simple challenge for you. Write 3 sentences using after all to show a change of opinion or to remind someone of an important fact. Then write 3 more sentences using after to describe the order of events. Compare them and notice how their meanings are completely different.
That's a great exercise because it helps you stop translating directly. Instead, you'll begin to recognize when you're talking about time and when you're expressing a new understanding or a reminder. That's exactly how native speakers think.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope this episode has helped you understand after all in a completely new way. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember that learning expressions is often about understanding ideas, not translating individual words.
Exactly. Every conversation is another chance to improve your English. Thanks for joining us today. Take care, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode of Easy Talk English. Bye, everyone.